Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a very important and fun video that I've been working on since all the way back in October. Now, I actually wound up canceling Bricktober packs because I wanted to put all that time and effort into making a custom set for the very first time. And I know that I did the ideas one, but I wanted to go all the way down to the different action shots, to the box images, to the figures displays, and all that LEGO would do for a set normally I wanted to do for a custom Spider-Man set, because at that point we were just getting the names out, I think, for the Spider-Man sets, and I wasn't too happy with just the concept of them all. And I mean, looking back, I think that some things are a lot better than I initially thought, but other than that, I just think that there's so many things that they are missing out on doing for the Spider-Man theme, and Avengers as well, and Batman, but that's a whole separate video. But here, I'm very excited to show you, finally, for the first time, my custom set of my Spider-Man and Daredevil team-up Kingpin Clash, and I really am happy with how this turned out. The style was kind of based off of, I guess, because we hadn't even seen the spider layer at that point, but it was very reminiscent of the Star Wars Return of the Jedi Final Duel set, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. It comes with 4 minifigures, starting from left to right. Only one of them is being repeated, and that was another thing, is we wound up seeing that a brand new version of Spider-Man was coming out, so that delayed this even more because I couldn't see clear pictures of like the arm printing and the face and the torso, so I had to wait for that to come out. But then Daredevil. Now, I actually had a version of this drawn up, and it was based directly off of LEGO Marvel superheroes, and I decided that I was actually going to change it up because it was at the time that Daredevil came to Fortnite. I just really loved that design of the torso and everything, so I wound up copying that because it's based off of some like the most recent comics. So I changed it up, and the headpiece there for the horns is of course Black Panther's there, just in red, and it's flipped around. And as well, though, for him, he also comes with his sticks there in dark red, which can also attach to his motorbike. And then next up we have Bullseye, because he's just such an important like Daredevil villain that I feel like if there was any big set with Kingpin, because Kingpin is a Daredevil and Spider-Man villain, I just feel like Daredevil needed specifically a villain for himself, and it just makes sense that Kingpin would like hire him up to help fight and protect him, whatever. It's up to you, but I'm really happy with how he turned out. He does have a custom 1x2 print there on his card. And next up is the figure that I'm most proud of. And this idea actually came from All About Ari on Instagram, and he used Hagrid's body piece for Kingpin, and I just absolutely fell in love with that idea. So I actually gave him mid legs in purple because I wanted him to be able to actually move his legs and walk around, as well as the torso and everything. I just love the way that it looks in white, and I think that even the pockets work really well here for Kingpin using the Hagrid body. I'm not sure if LEGO would actually use an existing face, like maybe the angry clone face or something like that, but I just don't think that it fits like his body types, so I actually had to come up with the design myself. Let's move away from the figures and let's head over to the set itself. And honestly, the most difficult thing for this was learning how to render things from mecha and actually putting them into Blender, and that was just such a huge process. So thank you to who did I ask and consult on this? Tommy Seabricks. Holly helped so much. Potter Minifig Pals helped so much with this. She helped so much walking me step by step how to render these things out, because I haven't rendered anything since my Seinfeld project, and even then that was years and years and years and years ago. Anyways, the set itself is meant to be Kingpin's apartment, and I took a lot of inspiration from the video game at that point, I think, as well as playing through LEGO Marvel Superheroes, or I had done it recently when I came up with the idea, so I want to include some of the things that they had in that room. So on the left there, Kingpin has this portrait of himself holding his cane, and what's really special about that is unfortunately there's no like 4x4 flat tile, which we really need at some point soon, so I had to kind of build around that to make the picture frame. But I'm really happy with how that turned out, with like the hearts as like the corner pieces and all that. But what's cool is it actually does open up if you grab it, and it can open up, and on the inside there is this secret vault where he has this statue, this like bust, I don't know, it's got the Han Solo hair in light gray, which I just think looks really cool. But there's also like a ton of money inside there as well. And I just like some of the things that I used here for like the lights and everything. And as we're going to go all the way to the right side in a second, you could see up above there's these little, I guess, turrets, which is a reference to the Spider-Man PS4 game, which the box art also uses concept art from that. So moving across there, we're gonna go and look at the fish tank, and you might be thinking, oh, what a cute little fish tank build, you know, nothing too special about that. But actually in the back there is this little push feature, which when you push this, it'll actually knock the fish tank out. So I guess like in the clash and the tumble that they're having against Kingpin and Bullseye, the fish tank just like falls over. So I think that's just a fun little thing. Or maybe Spider-Man's webbing it off the wall, you know. It's up to you to decide what that is, but it actually does work. I built a mock-up version of this on my desk and wound up trying to see if it works, as well as another play feature. So in the middle there is Kingpin's, like, I guess, main part of his office there, where just like in Spider-Man PS4, he can like close himself in there and lock himself behind these doors. So on the right there, you've got a little keypad, which is the brand new updated keypad. They've gotten rid of the one that was used for a ton of things that we always thought looked like it's been used for, like calculators and like prison cell keypads. So anyways, this is the newer one here, and it also has a red button to confirm. There isn't I just saw literally now that there is a red button in the tile, but that doesn't matter. You got to push like the big red button because that's more fun, or like it's an emergency. So anyways, so once you do that, the doors will actually open up, and you could see at the top there's these two little black pins there inside these purple cones, which I used purple to represent things that like have like motion. So like on the back of the fish tank, it was a bright purple strip, so with those it's also purple. So anyways, you pull them to the right and the left, just like they did in the final duel for Star Wars. And inside there's actually this table, and I copied the plant build from the police station because I thought that was really cool. I like the way that they looked there, but I changed up the vase build a bit, I believe. And with the table, it's actually able to be like broken just like he does. Again, another reference to the Spider-Man PS4 game where he gets mad, he just smashes down on his table, and I'm just really happy with how that works. It took me so long to build something in person, and you could try and do this. Again, it is very fragile, but it does work where you can actually have the table holding itself up there. Just don't like breathe on it or anything. No, it's not that weak, but he actually can smash down on it and the table will break. So I thought that was really cool. And on top there's just some more money, as well as a confidential file there marked with Matt Murdock's name at the top. So really happy with how that little reference turned out. But besides that, there's of course also the Daredevil bike, because I was looking at some of the other team up sets with, specifically, he's really only teamed up with Ghost Rider, but each time Spider-Man never had a vehicle, it was the main hero that he's teaming up with vehicle. So that's why that looks like that there. And of course, you might have noticed that the product picture looks a little bit different with the Spider-Man web pieces, and that's actually because those web pieces aren't in mecabricks yet for some reason. They're putting like the sort of Gryffindor, but they don't have the web pieces from like a few years now. So I wish that I could have done more with them for the renders and everything like that, but I just had to Photoshop and kind of crop them out of the spider layer to put it in there. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of this set? Again, thank you so much to everyone who helped me just by helping me out with all this stuff. I'm really proud of how this turned out. I do want to do a lot more. Right now, I am working on actually building a Gotham City in the same style as Ninjago City, which is, I think, really crazy given how long this set took. I'm doing something really huge, so that's gonna be a whole process. But as well as I'm gonna be starting soon on my next ideas project, so I can get that out soon and submit that. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I do have some other Spider-Man set ideas, so if you want to see more of this, be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and leave any suggestions or ideas that you've got down below, because I literally have ideas for other sets for characters that we've never gotten, like Black Cat, the Lizard, and Morbius, and there's just all these sets that I want to do that I think LEGO is really missing out on something like this. And so I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.